Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? How are you girls? Welcome to grade 9 math in geometry. Today, inshallah, you will solve some exercises on the circle. Some exercises on the circle. Okay, you have studied before, but now you will study, you will solve some exercises on the circle. Okay, first question. This figure represents a circle. Remind, what's the definition of the circle? Circle is a closed curved line, contains infinite number of points, each of them equidistant from a fixed point. This fixed point is called, yes, center of the circle, center of the circle. And you have some concepts like radius, like BO, like AO, like OC. So we can say the radius is the distance between center of the circle and any point on the circle. And chord, what about chord? Chord is a line segment joining 2 points on the circle. Chord is chord is a line segment joining 2 points on the circle. But the diameter is chord passes through the center of the circle, like O, like AC, because AC passes through point O. And we can say AB is called, like this, is called arc. Arc. What about arc? Arc is a part of the circle, is a part of the circle. So arc, we can find length of arc and the measure of arc, like the circle. And angle AOB, for example, angle its vertex is the center, O. So we can say this angle is called central angle. Okay, come with me, guys. Come with me, girls, to solve this exercise. First one, number one. AB is called. AB is called. AB. It's called? Yes, good. Chord. Chord. Because it's a line segment joining 2 points on the circle. Number two. Point O is called? Good. Center of the circle. Center of the circle. Number three. OA is called? Yes, good. Radius. Radius. Number four. AC is called? Excellent. Is called diameter. And AC equals twice what? Double what? Double? Yes, double radius. What about radius? Radius may be OB, maybe OC, OA, any one of them. For example, OC, for example. Okay, number five. Give me example for minor and major arc. What about difference between minor and the major? Minor arc is an arc of measure bigger than, less than 180, but the major bigger than 180. So we can give an example for minor. For example, arc, yes, good, AB. For example, BC, and so on. So we can say, for example, BC. And what about major? Major arc is an arc of measure bigger than 180, bigger than 180. So, for example, we can say, yes, BAC, BAC, yes, good. Or, yes, good, BCA, and so on. Okay. Then, for example, BAC. Okay, the next one. Number six. Angle AOB is called what? Angle AOB. This angle is called? Yes, nice. Is central angle. Okay, you can call it by central angle because its vertex is the center of the circle. Because its vertex is the center of the circle. Okay. The next question, number seven, and the last one. Arc ABC represent what? Arc ABC. This arc represents what? Yes, yes, it's so clear. Is represent, yes, good, semicircle or half circle. Okay, its measure is what? Yes, you know well. Measure of the semicircle equals what? 180 degrees, because measure of the circle equals 360. Okay, good. The next one. In this question, name the following in the circle O. Number 9. Number 9, need to find some exercises, some examples for minor arcs. Yes, in this figure you have many examples in minor arcs. For example, FE. For example, DC. For example, FB, and so on. Okay, you have infinite. Number 10, measure. What about measure? We said that before. Measure is an arc of measure bigger than 180. For example, we can say, yes, good, FBD. For example, yes, good, FEB. And so on. Number 10 finished, but number 11, the semicircles. Here we have, yes, more than one semicircle because you have two diameters. FC is a diameter and F and BE is a diameter. So we can say FBC is semicircle. And yes, good. For example, EFB. EFB. Yes, good. I think it's easy. The next one. Find the measure of each arc in the circle P. Okay, first you must know TD is a diameter. Yes, good. So we can say measure angle TBD, TPD equals 180 because it represents central angle of the semicircle. So its measure is 180. Then measure of this angle equals what? 180 minus 128 equals 52. But the last angle, we can find that 180 minus 90, it will be 90. Okay, and don't forget, measure of arc equal measure of opposite central angle. Okay, number 1, TC. TC, measure of arc TC equals, yes, good, 128. Next one, measure of arc TBD. TBD, yes, TBD represent semicircle, so its measure is 180. 180 degrees. The next one, TCB. TCB of measure, yes, TCB represent all of circle except 90 degrees, except this one. So we can say 360 minus 90 to be 270 degrees. Okay, next one, CD, opposite to, yes, good. CPD of measure 52. And TCD. TCD, yes. TCD represent semicircle. So its measure is 180 degrees. What about DB? DB opposite to angle of measure 90, then measure of this arc is 90. TP, TB. TB opposite to angle of measure 90, so its measure is 90. And the last one, BC. Yes, good. BC opposite to angle contains two angles, 52 and 90. So we can add 52 and 90 to be 142. The next one, evaluate circumference and area in terms of pi. Okay, first, circumference of circle equal pi d or 2 pi r. I think here you can use pi d. It's better here. Pi d. Okay, pi d. What about d? D is the diameter. Diameter is 20. So your answer 20 pi. 20 pi. The answer in terms of pi. Okay. But what about area? Area is pi r square. Pi r square. So pi times r is radius. Radius is half of 20. Then it will be 10 power 2 to be 100 pi. To be 100 pi. Okay. Next question, the last one. Find the length of each red arc shown in red. Okay. First, you must know the rule how to find the length or measure of the arc. Length of the arc over 2 pi r equals measure of the arc over, yes, 360. Length of the arc over 2 pi r equals m is m measure of the arc over 360. Okay. Number one, the red arc here of measure 45. How to find the length of it? First, substitute by this rule. How? Length, I don't know it. Over 2 pi r, 2 pi times radius. Radius here is 14. Yes, good. 14 equals measure. Yes, which is 45 over 360. Then you can make a cross multiplication. Then length equals, yes, good, 45 times 2 pi times 14 over 360 over 360. It will be 7 pi over 2 centimeter. 7 pi over 2 centimeter. The next one. Okay, what about red one? Red arc. Red arc of measure, yes, good. 180 minus 60, it will be 120. So we can find the length of it. How? Length over 2 pi time radius. Radius here is half of 24 is 12 equals measure. Measure equal 120 over 360. Then you can make a cross multiplication like the previous. Okay, but the last one. Here we need the red arc. What about red arc? First, the measure of it is 360 minus 90 to be 270. Then length over 2 pi time radius, which is 18, equal measure, which is 270 over 360. Then you can make a cross multiplication to find L. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for listening, girls. Meet you after, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.